Doom Eternal has been out for over 2 months and pretty much most of people can agree that it was success and worth the wait. Usually in sequel you try to improve things like the gameplay, the story and the other stuff. Well, Doom Eternal has most definitely improved the combat. Doom 2016 combat was already amazing, but it had some certain flaws, like how enemies sometimes felt more like bullet sponges and the combat got very repetitive, especially at the end game. This time they made sure it won't feel repetitive because you can't use super shotgun all the time or gauss cannon because it's gone in the trash. It got replaced by ballista, cooler weapon which has nice sound. No, this time you have less ammo. Rocket launcher has only 14 rockets when you max out the ammo, so you gotta switch weapons like a madman. Pin that super shotgun to your down wheel, ballista to up wheel and rocket launcher in mouse 3 and you spam that stuff, that's how you can win. In all seriousness, you can't rely on your super shotgun to beat the game. You need to switch your playstyle constantly. And here chainsaw comes into play. Instead of collecting gas cans, it recharges after some time, so we'll always have chainsaw ready. You can of course still collect gas cans up to 3 charges, so you will never run out of ammo if you keep your eye on the ammo pool and your surroundings. 1 charge for fodder demon, 3 charges for medium to super heavy ones. I really like how I can use the chainsaw more often, because I felt I didn't use it enough on the previous game. Only sometimes to chainsaw a baron to get max ammo. The new weapons are just amazing to use and they are a big improvement from the last game. They sound meaty and they feel more impactful. And the weapon mods are mostly well done except for micro beam and full auto. Both mods make you basically sitting duck. Microwave beam use takes ages to kill a demon and it shoots ammo like crazy. Full auto isn't that useful because how slow you become and how much ammo it uses, so you better use super shotgun because it uses less ammo and does more damage in short bursts. At least 90% of the mods are useful. My favorite one has to be the meat hook. It's so fun to grapple onto enemies because it opens so much choices what you can do. Either grapple into a demon to get near shooting range, or use a demon to launch yourself to a high ground. Another big plus is how well the enemies are and how your weapons can affect them. In previous game, the shield demons were a bitch to go against if you didn't have any explosives. But in Eternal you can shoot their shields with plasma rifle to make them go BOOM! Take that you pussies, now you can't anymore hide behind your shields. And how Ballista's explosion mod kills Kako demons in 1 hit. Now some demons have big points which you can shoot with precision scope or sticky bomb or with ballista to get rid of. They even drop flesh and body parts from their bodies when you shoot at them, showing you're doing damage to them. This gets rid of the spongy feel they had and makes you think more what weapon to use and how to exploit certain enemies' weak point. You can now make Revenant completely useless. The new demons are welcome except for gargoyles. They can honestly fucking die in a horrible death. Doom Hunter is my favorite demon because how much a tank it is and it's so fun to wreck his mother's sled and then break his face. The most controversial demon is the Marauder. He will give you hard time, but once you learn his pattern he won't give you as much hard time as he gave you when you fought him the first time. He is a demon that we love to hate, like we did with Archvile, and he fits in and the game will not be the same without him. The returning demons from previous games are great, and the return of Archvile is glorious. Every demon has gotten a small change or completely different log. Like Mangubus has his old log and it's kinda cool how they explain how he looks so different from the last game. Hell Knight can finally see and he looks cool with the new face, but the Revenant is just force. I know he has more original color palette to his old sprite, but removal of the blood makes him not as creepy as he was in previous games. Baron of Hell is now all grey and having fireplace on his arms to make him look cool. Now we got all the demons back in the gang, except for Summoner. I can now talk about the difficulty.
God damn it! It's so fucking stupid, dude! No, 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 no! Where is she? No! Oh!
It's hard, really hard. I died so many times on the game, so I can't really say it's easy. Especially the first part of the game, Arachnotrons and Cacodemons appear on the fucking first level, and you only have shotgun and heavy machine gun to deal with them, so good luck with that. Luckily we have extra life mechanic which will let you continue from the point you died on or was supposed to die on. Remember, the most important tip is to stay on the move. Don't fucking stand still, just run. There are just so many demons that try to actively farm you. They rush you hard. But luckily the game has new tools to help on your crusade. You got Flame Belts which drops armor, Ice Bomb which freezes enemies, Blood Punch which is powered up melee attack, and finally Dash which works like it says, dashes you in a direction you want to. Doom Eternal isn't some mindless game. The game gives you tools to work with, and if you use them right, you will beat most of the fights without any problem. The new story is far more interesting and original, and the backstories behind the Night Sentinels and Makers are just a treat. The story is far more original in my opinion, because it isn't just only Hell invaded Earth story. You got Heaven helping the invasion of the Earth, and the corruption with Heaven and Night Sentinels make the story really fun to follow. There are cutscenes which are fun to watch, and if they aren't your cup of tea, you can just skip them. But it's kinda odd how certain cutscenes are skippable, but some are not. And it shows a cutscene when something opens. But it's weird how sometimes it shows what opens, but sometimes don't. It's kinda odd. Also, can I ask why you have to stop in place to weave what you got? It was so much better when you could move and skip the animation if you wanted to. It gets so old to weave the same animation if you replay the game. It's a bit annoying. I won't tell so much other than that there's one cutscene which is probably the most coolest thing in the story. Each software put a lot of emphasis on traveling through the level, so the level design is more complex. It has some like platformer elements and these weird hentai tentacles which will smack you if you aren't paying attention. Some people has been complaining about Eternal heavy platforming, and I will say that it's fun. Much more engaging than waiting on some elevator taking you to places. For most part the traversal between arenas is good, but for some weird reason they added this purple slug which will make you travel so slow and you can't even jump or dash. I don't get it why it has to be in the game. And when they put you fight against tough demons, it just stickies. And for the first time in a Doom game, you can swim! It's kinda weird, not really fan of it, but I don't hate it. They brought back the acid pits, which you need to go through with a hazard suit. They brought back the hazard suits, it's so cool. Overall, I really like the new stuff you have when traveling through outside of fight. The new music is amazing, but not as good compared to previous game. It isn't as dynamic. It's no surprise because it was rushed to the problems Ed and Mick had. But outside of that, the music is great. It mixes some new ones with the old tracks from older Doom games, and the track, The Only Thing They Fear Is You, is a masterpiece. The runes are pretty good. You got 3 less from last game and only 3 of them are new. But at least they removed that rune mastery. Makes life so much easier. And you can choose what rune you want. They aren't anymore tied to any level. This is great! Finally I can have smooth jumps early in the game. The new art style they went with the game is really amazing. Every stage looks so interesting and great. The previous game is pretty dull compared to this game, because every level looked pretty the same, but Eternal is much more visually appealing and Doom Hunter base is my favorite because how it mixes with Antarctica theme with this metallic and hellish combination. It's honestly cool. Customization is always cool. I love how I can just play as the classic Doom Marine and maybe have my shotgun look like an old pump shotgun or my rocket launcher look like it was made by the makers. You can be a fucking unicorn!
I can feel the unicorn friendship magic coursing through my veins. I'm a bloody unicorn!
Oh, look at that, funny dude skin. If you're skilled enough, you can unlock Golden Slayer, in which you need to beat Ultra Nightmare, which doesn't have any extra lives, and you can die once, so it makes it incredibly difficult. Every month there's a new season on new customization items which, might I add, are free, no extra need to be paid. You can either unlock them from playing the campaign or the new multiplayer battle mode. But I think of the battle mode, it's fine, kinda boring. Playing as the Slayer is fun, but the demons don't feel fun to play at all. They do so low damage and managing abilities isn't fun as Slayer's equipment. Plus the servers are so unstable. For like 3 days I couldn't even play on there because of Bethesda's shitty ass servers were constantly down. It really makes me not want to play the mode. The games are laggy and latency is real. But they sure did make you feel like you're playing the same game and you got multiple different demons to play as, and they're planning to add more demons to play as and improve the server, so that is a good thing. You can get a golden podium if you play 50 games on all 5 demons and the Slayer, so if you want to look fancy with your golden Slayer, then there's something you can spend time on. So is Doom Eternal better than 2016? No. Because how different the game is compared to previous game, it really depends on you. Do you like to have a fun simple shooter which makes you feel like a badass, or more strategic shooter that you need to work on to feel like a badass? It all depends on you. But in my opinion this is close to perfection and I can't wait for the DLCs. If I had to give this game a number, it's solid 9 out of 10. But I swear to God, if they make changes again to the game where it runs Force and I can't even play it, I'm gonna pop a vein. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.
Oh.